Happy Saturday. um, as normal, not a huge amount of the work stuff done, but I did manage to finish off this, which is Mindfulness at Work pocketbook. So it's not a big book, but it's got some good ideas actually on mindfulness. I have to say, it is good, and it's pretty comprehensive actually in terms of how to get started and ramp up your practice of mindfulness. The good news is that it does echo a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about on Wednesday, because my background isn't really mindfulness. I approach this from a very different angle. I'll tell you why I'm talking about this in just a second, but it's I think of it as in terms of awareness. I look at this mindfulness, and I look at it in terms of creating greater awareness of your thoughts in the moment, so that you have greater control over the decisions that you make as to how you're going to respond to feelings and different thoughts and those stories that come into your head. So that's kind of my approach to it, and it is pretty much reflected in this as well, along with some specific mindfulness practices, which it's not rocket science. It's pretty straightforward, but there's some good evidence-based stuff in here as well. And the good news is it's specifically for the workplace. Actually, reading it did make me think, well, I've probably got a couple of things as well that I could put together in one of these little pocketbook styles. So I have started coming up with a few little ideas there, which has been interesting, because the reason I'm kind of talking about this, and the reason I bought this book, it cost £10. It's quite pricey, I think, for quite a small book. But the reason I bought it is because everybody at this conference is going to be given one of these, not by me, of course, but they will be given one of these to take home with them. So I figured I better kind of get a copy of my own first and read it, just to see if there's any kind of glaring areas of difference, but there aren't, which is good, which is very good news. So it took me kind of a day to read that, and got some ideas for some things I could produce myself, and happy to say that it's very similar. I was a bit hesitant with reading it, I have to say, because I sometimes find that if I read something, then I tend to get distracted and start thinking, well, I should be talking about this. This is what I need to be focusing on, and kind of come away with what I'm really solid on, what I really know, what I really believe in. So I decided to read it because I wanted to just check to see what they were going to get. Maybe it was something I was going to be able to bring into my talk, but there's definitely not going to be any rewriting or reworking of the talk, which is pretty much there now. It's just a case of being able to refer to this, which I think in a 45-minute talk is a little bit of a limitation with how much you can teach somebody. But if I can leave people with a feeling of being inspired, maybe, to take this on and to embrace it as it comes, then my work there will be done. That's kind of my objective with the session on Wednesday. So all good today, and I'm sure there'll be a couple more bits and bobs I can work on tomorrow as well. Speak to you then. Bye for now.